All right, guys, so we're moving right along here. Everything is pretty much, as far as the GitHub context go, everything is in context except the repos. Okay, these are still coming from the app.js, so let's fix that. Let's go into app.js, and let's take this get user repos, take this whole thing here, and just get rid of it. You can really see how this is cleaning up. And then while we're at it, let's go down to the user component, which is right here. And we no longer need to pass in get user repos or repos. In fact, we no longer need to use this render props. We can just now use a regular component because this stuff doesn't need to be passed in. So we can just simply say now component equals user. Cleans that up. Now let's go into our GitHub state and let's put in this get repos. Okay, so we're going to set loading. Before I forget this time, let's add this right here. So get user repos, or else I'll forget. Okay, so we're set loading. We're going to make the request to get the repos. And then instead of doing this, we're going to dispatch to our reducer an object with the type of get repos, and then the payload. The payload is going to be res.data. Okay, now we'll go to our reducer and let's create get repos, or not create, but add a case for get repos. And all we're doing here is returning our current state and then filling the repos array with the payload and setting loading to false. What's going on here? I put a colon there for some weird reason. So let's save that. And now we need to go back into user.js. Now we already brought in our context, right? We already initialized our context. So this get user repos and repos, this is now part of the GitHub context. It's not a prop. These aren't props. So we can get rid of these from here and also down here in our prop types. We no longer even need to have any prop types. And then what we'll do is, let's see, the repos are coming from the GitHub context now. So we can just say repos, and then the method that we're using, which is get user repos, is also coming from the context, which is being called right here. Okay, so we don't even have to change anything down here. This is now coming from the context, and then the repos themselves are also coming from there, which we're passing in as a prop to the repos component. So let's save. And now I believe we can go back to app.js and we can completely get rid of this and this. We'll keep the alert for now because we haven't dealt with that yet. Yep, so once we deal with it, we won't even have to do that. But let's save this. And let's make sure this Axios is never used. So now in our user.js, where not user.js, but we don't even need prop types here. In app.js, we don't even need Axios anymore because we're not making any requests from here anymore. That's the job of, you know, GitHub state and our actions. So let's make sure this still works. If we reload this page, we still get the repos. And it's now coming from context. If we go to our React tools and we go to our GitHub state provider value, you can see we have our 5 repos in here. All right. If we look at the app level state, we just have, I mean, you can't really tell much from this, but it's just the alert that's in the state, which we're going to take care of in the next video.